Niobe had 14 children, and she could have been called the most fortunate of mothers if only she had not been so proud. One day, Niobe turned her proud eyes to the laurel-wearing Theban women who were giving holy incense and prayer to Leto and the two born from Leto, and said,
"What madness is this, to place the gods only heard about before what has been seen? Why is Leto worshipped while my divine power is still not honored with incense?" What reason is there to prefer Leto over me? That woman was made a mother of 2. I have 14. I am greater than the sort of person fortune could harm. Imagine that one of my children was taken away. I still wouldn't be reduced to the number of Leto's children. Really, how far is she from being childless? Go, enough of the sacrifice. Take the laurel from your hair.
Leto became angry. She went to the highest peak of Mount Cynthus to speak to her son, Apollo.
Look, Apollo, I am being kept from my worshipped altars. And in a terrible act, Niobe, the daughter of Tantalus, insults me. She calls me childless. Rush to my aid.
Apollo stopped his mother, for he had made his decision and raised his weapon into the air.
Your complaining delays her punishment.
Apollo went to his chariot. He sailed through the sky like an eclipse in a cloud till he hung over the city of Cadmus.
I, Ismenus, Niobe's oldest son, was guiding my horse's reins when an arrow planted itself in my chest. Ugh! I dropped the reins from my dying hand as I began to slide over my horse's right shoulder, little by little, onto my side.
I, Sipylus, heard the sound of the quiver and pulled hard on my reins, but the inescapable arrow followed me and struck me. The bare iron standing out from my throat, I tumbled over face down, defiling the earth with my warm blood.
I, Phaedamus.
And I, Tantalus, who was named after my grandfather.
Having finished our customary labor, were wrestling together.
Our chests were together when an arrow pierced us both.
At the same time, we groaned.
At the same time, we placed our limbs, bent with pain, on the ground.
At the same time, we exhaled our souls.
I, Alphanor, saw what happened and went to my brothers so I could lift their chill limbs in my embraces. Dalian Apollo burst my innermost organs with his fate-bearing iron. Part of my lung was drawn out in the hooks of the arrow. My blood flowed along with my life into the breezes.
I, Damasicthon, was hit in the knee. I tried to pull out the shaft when another arrow was driven up to the feathers through my throat. My blood pushed the arrow out and cast itself, glistening, into the sky.
I, Ilioneus, was last. I lifted my arms in prayer and cried, "O God, spare me, please spare me."
But already there was an arrow shaft, not to be called back, stretching the bow.
I, Amphion, Niobe's husband, also heard about the deaths. I drove a blade through my chest, ending my grief, dying together with the daylight.
Alas, how different this Niobe was from that Niobe who had driven her people from the altars of Leto, where once she was hated, she now was pitied. She brooded over sons' cold bodies, kissed them for a final time, then she lifted her arms to the sky.
Feed on our pain, cruel Leto, feed on it, and sate your heart on my grief. After 7 funerals, I am still victorious. There are more children left to miserable me than to fortunate you. I still have 7 children.
As she spoke, a string sounded from the stretched bow. One of them was pulling an arrow out of her brother when she sank down, dying. Another daughter was trying to console her poor mother when she suddenly fell silent and doubled over from an unseen wound. This one sister was trying to flee, but she slipped. Over her body, another daughter tripped. They both never got back up. The 5th daughter was trembling in fear, and another tried to hide, but they were too late. When 6 daughters had been handed over to death, Niobe covered her last daughter with her whole body, with her whole dress.
Leave me my one youngest daughter. Out of many, I beg you for this youngest one alone.
While she was begging, the one on whose behalf she was begging fell dead. Niobe sank down, bereft and lifeless among her sons, daughters, and husband, and she grew petrified from her misfortunes. Her eyes and her sad cheeks became motionless, her tongue froze and hardened, her feet stopped being able to move. She became stone. Though the breeze could no longer move her tresses, Niobe continued to weep. A whirl of strong wind came and whisked her away to her homeland. There, on a mountaintop, Niobe continues to weep, her marble features shedding tears at her grief.